Okay, that's better. I hope everybody's doing good tonight. We're still trying to work out some details on getting Dina back on here live. I sent her a invite, but for whatever reason, when I logged back into her, it didn't come back up. Are you trying to solve that problem?
Do you want me to solve that problem?
I do. Can you hear Medina talking?
Hello.
Is she talking clear and loud enough? Because I'm not 100% sure her mic's working. We're still trying to get all those mic details figured out. Is ever talking to it there, Dina? Let them tell you. Are you hearing her like a regular mic?
Are you hearing me talk?
Okay, fine. Maybe it's working. Maybe I did something right. I don't know.
Did you do something
right? Talk right there a minute.
Hello.
Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know if I did something right or wrong. I can't tell, and I've got my. Okay. Oh, that's not good. I got everything disappeared on the whole screen. Okay. All right. I'm there. All right. I got it back. Yeah, everything's good. Okay.
Who's fuzzy?
Fuzzy?
Am I fuzzy?
Am I fuzzy? I don't. Okay. I got you. Hold on just a minute.
You got me?
But I can't put you there. I'm adding you to the screen. There you go. I got you there. You just don't have enough light on you, though. Can you put one of those lights a little closer? What?
You're going to have to quit drinking the homemade wine before you come on.
You know that ain't true.
Saying, I don't know. You might be sneaking that in your coffee for all I know.
No. There you go. That's a little better. I don't. You're still not enough light in you. I'm going to have to do something about that.
When I'm looking at myself, I am white.
You're white?
I am white. I'm like washed out white.
Okay. Well, I don't know why.
You look kind of green.
Green? Really? I look green?
You do look green. And here, you look green.
I'm sorry.
All right, guys. I'm sorry. We're
trying to get
in our own little world.
We are on our own little world.
Our world.
Tonight, we're going to feature a lot of missing people. We're going to go through them kind of quick. But that's what this channel is about, is locating missing people and featuring them. What?
Can I ask for prayer?
For who?
For my cousin.
Yes.
I have a cousin that's going to need our prayer. Her grandson was in a motorcycle accident 2 nights ago. He is now considered brain dead, and they are going to be taking organs. Her name is Sandra, and
we appreciate all your prayers.
We appreciate the prayers for Sandra and my family as they deal with the loss of a grandson.
How old was he?
19.
Wow.
So young.
Okay, one is we had this sent to us by a viewer. This is Amy Hambrick. It says, I am missing. Last seen in 2017. She was 29 years old. Very pretty girl. Not much information on this, although they do have an anonymous tip line. This was in the way I understand. Let me take off this banner here.
That's good. That's a great banner.
Sometime there. And she's 4'11", very small, 95 pounds, missing from Yorktown Police Department put this out. And I think this is in Texas, maybe. Does it say where that is? No, it's Ohio. I'm sorry. It's Ohio. That's what I remember. Someone said another missing Ohio girl. So obviously it's been missing for 3 years now. So that's very sad. Very sad. All right, let me go back to the main ones that we wanted to feature tonight. We're going to go through them quickly because I have about 20 or so to put on here. We're just going to go through them. Some of them we've actually featured on the program before. And if anybody has any information about these as we go through, if you know personally about these, don't hesitate to say something. First one here is a kidnapping. This is Jane McDonald Crone. And Dana, can you read that? You got a bigger screen on the bottom. Can you read the details of this?
She was attending North Harris Community College in Tomball, Texas at the time of her disappearance. She left her home at Magnolia, Texas for her job at a tool company in Houston, Texas the morning of November 12th, 1993. She did not return home or to her workplace after leaving work that evening. Crone is believed to be a victim of possible kidnapping. In 1982, her 1982 blue Ford Mustang with Texas license was found November 16th in the southwest Montgomery County, Texas. A few miles from her home, her purse and identification were not found in the car, and there were no signs of violence. Crone was seen dancing with a man at a nightclub north of Harris County, Texas, about 1 a.m. on November 14th. She was last seen wearing jeans and a light-colored blouse with sleeves and white sneakers.
Very sad situation. That's been a while back. It's sad to say that she's probably not with us anymore. The next one is Shane Michael Roman. And again, I have to read these things. I thought they were a lot larger on my screen, but I can't see them.
Shane Michael Roman was last seen September 12th, 2020. That's this year. In West Covina, California. His vehicle, a white BMW, was located at McGrewville Rest Area near Rimrock, Arizona on September 23rd. Roman was last seen wearing a blue t-shirt, jeans, black shoes. If you've seen him, please contact the FBI.
And there's no telling what. He could have gotten an argument and somebody just took him, or he could have had a mental breakdown. We don't know. There's just not possible. But he's got the type of face. I think if you saw him, you might recognize him and call it in. This one is a 1988 case. You want to read this?
Thank you, Sing.
Want to read that?
Okay.
Yeah, am I blocking you with that thing at the bottom? It seems like I am in some.
You are a little bit. It's
okay.
Michaela Joy.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know how to pronounce the last name. Was last seen wearing a white shirt with the word Metro across the front and pictures of people on the midsection. She had on denim pants rolled above her knee, black shoes, and wore 3-inch pearl white colored earrings, which resembled feathers. She was 9 years old when she was abducted by an unknown male assailant in the parking lot of Rainbow Market in Hayward, California on the morning of November 19th, 1988. She was attempting to retrieve her friend's scooter that the abductor had moved closer to his vehicle while the girls were inside the market when she was grabbed and pulled into the car. She has not been seen or heard from since that date. Gosh.
That's terrible. That is very, very bad. This one here, Looks like an Indian there. Mildred Alexa Old Crow from Montana. Crow Reservation. So this is an Indian child. Go ahead.
The Federal Bureau of Investigation, Salt Lake City Field Office, and the Bureau of Indian Affairs are asking for the public's assistance in locating Mildred Alexis Old Crow of the Crow Indian Reservation. Old Crow was last seen April of 2019 on the Crow Indian Reservation in Montana. On November 24, 2020, a missing endangered person advisory was issued for Old Crow. Okay, wait a minute. Why did it take that long?
Well, that's why I'm saying we've reported on this before, because Indian reservations don't have the people to adequately do the job, and that may be a problem. Go ahead.
Well, she was reported endangered person advisory was issued. With joint missing person investigation was conducted by the Bureau of Indian Affairs. Missing and murdered indigenous people, cold case unit in Billings, Montana. The FBI, a whole bunch of people are looking.
Oh, wow. Sad little face there. Very, very, very sad.
6 years old.
Yeah, and you'd think they would get on the stick faster than that. Okay. You want to start there? I can't read them. They're too small for me.
Okay. You get these names that I just... Jalik Rainwalker. That sounds Indian too. Jalik Rainwalker was last seen November 1, 2007 at his residence in Greenwich, New York. He was last seen wearing blue jeans, a yellow fleece pullover, gray t-shirt with a dragon on the front, black canvas high-top sneakers. He was using the nickname Jay. If you have information, please contact the FBI.
And these are just sad that we don't have a lot of information on this. They're just not a lot out there that I could find. Stephen Earl Kraft Jr. This is a 2001 case from Benton Township, Michigan. You want to read that? Because I sure can't read it. It's too small for me.
Stephen Earl Kraft Jr. was last known to be wearing a blue-green Charlotte Hornets basketball team jacket, tan and white striped t-shirt, tan parachute pants, and black boots. He has ties to Milwaukee. Stop, Maggie's having a nightmare. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Lexington, Kentucky.
Tracy.
Stop. If you have any information, let's see, wait a minute. Stephen Earl Kraft was last seen at his residence in Benton Township, Michigan on February 15, 2001. He was out walking his two dogs between the hours of 7 and 8 p.m. and failed to return home for dinner. And although his dogs were subsequently located, he has not been seen since that time.
That's a sad situation. They've got some age progression pictures here, but you never know. This is Carla Rodriguez. This is from 1999 in Las Vegas, Nevada. You want to read the details there?
They seem to be getting smaller. Okay, there's a $5,000 reward for this young lady. Carla Rodriguez was last seen in Las Vegas, Nevada on October 20th, 1999. At the time of her disappearance, she spoke little English. Bless her heart. That's all there is about her.
Of course, you contact the FBI if you've seen her at all. This is Enreza Maria Ochoa Lopez.
Oh my gosh.
Missing since October 25th, 2018, Vancouver, Washington. Go ahead, Dana.
And Reza was last seen wearing a long-sleeved dark blue shirt with a bulldog on the front, blue, purple, and white striped pants, a Paw Patrol shoes. Her appearance may have been altered, her hair dyed, and makeup. The FBI field office is assisting the Vancouver Police Department in Washington with the search of her for her.
Well, if they have information about the hair possibly being dyed,
They
may have other information.
Okay,
Why
wait a
they
minute.
don't put it on there, I
It
don't
says
know.
October 25th, 2018. She was allegedly removed from a mall in Vancouver. You took it down. I can't read it now.
Okay, go ahead. It's back up.
Not yet for me. Okay. Vancouver, Washington, by her biological mother, who was taken into custody September 2019 in Pueblo, Mexico. It is believed that Anreza may still be in Mexico. So she was taken by her mother.
Her biological mother.
If y'all are asking me any questions over here, I am sorry. I can't see them and read what Thomas wants me to read.
Go look at the comments real quick and see if anybody has any comments or questions.
Okay, let's see. I don't see any. Let's see. If y'all have questions, please put them in all caps.
Okay, this is Lisa Irwin. She was missing October 3rd, 2011 from Kansas City, Missouri. Okay. Did you ever do an update on the baby before case, or did it go cold? The baby Delora case? I don't know. Let me check on that tonight or in a few minutes. Maybe I do not remember doing an update on that. Unfortunately, a lot of times babies, if you have a baby missing, unless there is some type of DNA or the police are right on it, it is tough to find, especially just a straight out kidnapping. They would have to have a lot of information to find that baby because they can easily conceal the ID.
Okay. I've got some information on
Which one?
Jalick. Rainwater. Okay, let's do this one first. We'll go back to rainwater.
Okay.
Lisa Irwin was last seen at her residence while in her crib October 3rd, 2011, approximately 6 p.m. She was wearing purple pants and a purple shirt with kittens on it.
That's all
she has a birthmark on her right thigh.
Now, how does a baby come up missing from the house and nobody know anything about it? That
Katie says the Deorr case with the family went camping.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't. I have not found out anything. That whole thing to me is very suspicious for the family case because is that the one that they were down by the creek and the boy, they said go up and see grandpa, and then they went up there and he hadn't seen him? If that's the same one, I'm telling you, I believe an accident may have happened, and there's something very suspicious to me about that case.
Put Jalen back up.
No. It's hard for me to see it, which one it was.
Thank you, Angela, I'm sorry.
Right, that one?
No, the one, go back one more, I think it was.
That one right there is Jalick.
No, that's not.
Miss, I'm looking at it. Jane Rainwater.
That's it. Okay. Jalick, I did a quick search for him. He was 12 years old when he was last seen at the home belonging to his adoptive parents in Greenwich, New York. Sorry. They said that his adoptive father, Stephen Burrell, spent the night alone in the house with him. Jalick disappeared during the night and was never heard from again. Kerr said he woke up the next morning at 7:30 and found a note from Jalick left behind, and it read, "Dear everybody, I'm sorry for everything. I won't be a bother anymore. Goodbye, Jalick." He reported his son missing at 8:57. He is not believed to have carried any cash or card when he went missing. He had been living with his adoptive parents for 5 years. By 2007, he was born addicted to crack cocaine and spent his early childhood in 6 different foster homes. His parents stated that Jalick had violent temper tantrums, and his siblings were afraid of 4 siblings were afraid of him. His foster parents, who cared for him for over 4 years, confirmed this, stating his outbursts could last for over an hour. He was an intelligent child, and they originally had planned to adopt him, but after he attacked their daughter when he was 7 years old, they decided he could no longer stay in their home, so he went to live with this other family. The adoptive family that he was living with when he disappeared was living a non-traditional lifestyle. Their home was in rural Washington County, New York, had no running water. The toilets were outhouses. That's so hard to believe.
Man.
How were they even able to get children?
I don't know. That's crazy.
Its only electricity comes from a generator that runs for several hours during the day, and everyone slept in one room. The family stated they lived this way because it was better for the environment. His family still owns a home, but in 2008 they moved. They said that Jalick was both suicidal and homicidal at his disappearance. He was not taking any psychiatric drugs for his mental condition. This is just a recipe for
a disaster. It is.
Bless his heart.
Yeah. Okay, where had we had covered? You had covered.
They got an anonymous letter in late January. It doesn't say what year. Jalick is still alive. Needed a foot soldier for the war on drugs. Picked him up on Route 4, Post 30. He's okay, no fake. He says, ask his mom and pop, who are the Macaroni family. My cat name was Diamond. What does Fratelli yell? Fire. Don't try to look. We're not there. Anyway, so.
Obviously, it might have been him.
He had a cat named Diamond.
So who knows? That's a bad situation either way you go.
That's weird.
I wanted to pause here a minute. We have been doing a massive clean out of one of our rooms, and we took a lot of pictures. Took our pictures that we have taken over the years and put them in different boxes, and just trying to clean out an area. And I ran across a letter from our son back when he was real small, and I wanted to tell you about it, Medina. It said, I've decided to run away. Bye, Mindy. Tell Mindy I love you, Mama I love you, Daddy I love you. I won't be back. Bye. I don't know where he had decided to run away, but this was back. Obviously, it looked like handwriting, like a 4 or 5 year old. But obviously, he didn't run away. But obviously, he was upset about something, and he just said, "I'm running away." So he's gone. But he's not run away. He's in Nashville right now. But
yeah, I agree with all of y'all writing on here. It's crazy. I don't know how social services would let a child go to a home where there's no electricity, outhouses.
All right.
And, I don't know.
That's crazy.
And all especially when you know the child was born with issues already, being born addicted to crack cocaine.
Yeah.
It does, Lori. That's what I'm going to go back and look at some of the YouTube stories, because that does
catch me up
bizarre.
Here. All right, this is Joshua Kesba Sierra Garcia.
What town was that? That was in Greenwich, New York, Katie.
Yeah.
Okay, Joshua.
This is Mexico City, Mexico.
Joshua is August 12th, 2003. Was last seen wearing a green sweatshirt, blue shorts, sandals, and he has pierced ears. Joshua is an American born, was kidnapped in Mexico City.
Gosh.
Okay. Okay, wait a minute. At the time of the kidnapping, Garcia was in the custody of relatives who had traveled to Mexico City to have Garcia baptized. During the kidnapping, Garcia's 15-year-old babysitter was murdered. After a series of ransom calls, money drop results in the arrest of one kidnapper by Mexican law enforcement authorities, but Garcia has never been located.
That's terrible.
So that doesn't sound like it was an.
Doesn't sound like a positive outcome coming out of this. You see, they're still in Mexico, or bad things probably happened to him down there. Let's see. Okay, I think, excuse me, I think we featured this little girl.
I agree, Stephanie, it was planned.
Yeah, I think we have featured this little girl.
No.
I don't remember exactly when.
Luz Maria Alves is age 5, was last seen in the afternoon of Monday, September 16, 2019, playing at the Bridgeton City Park behind Bridgeton High School in Bridgeton, New Jersey. She was last seen wearing a yellow shirt with a cola on the front, black and white pants with butterflies and flowers on them, and white dress sandals. If you have information concerning this case, please contact the FBI.
She's a beautiful little girl.
You know, that's in New Jersey. If you go to New Jersey's, if you go and look on New Jersey's missing persons website, the young people that are missing in New Jersey is absolutely crazy.
Yeah. This is Casey Lynn McDaniel from Midland, Tennessee. And this is an old case. This is August 16th, 1996.
Casey Lynn.
And that supposedly was an age progression.
She was 14 years old when she was reported missing from her residence in Milan, Tennessee. Casey was dropped at her residence after a church function late August 16, 1996. Her family returned home to find her missing and the back door left open. Casey was never seen again.
You know, you got to just wonder what in the world, you know? Who in the world and what in the world happened to this girl?
Evil.
Yeah, sure, it's evil, but it's amazing. And these are just cases, like 20 or so cases I pulled out. They were hundreds. They were hundreds of cases.
Sorry.
Amanda K. Jones. This is Hillsbury, Missouri, of 2005.
Katie says, you can't trust anyone anymore in this world. You can't even let your kids play outside or ride the bikes, etc. It's a sad world. You know, it really is, Katie. And one of the things that I have said, I've always wanted to be a grandmother. I think it would be the most thrilling thing in the world. But I can honestly say that if I don't have grandchildren, I don't think I'll be heartbroken, because I can't imagine raising children in the world we are today. Not right now. We can hope it's going to get better. Amanda K. Jones, August 14, 2005. This lady she has a dolphin tattoo on her left breast. Okay, she was last seen wearing pink sleeveless top. That's what she's wearing in that picture up there. She was carrying a pink purse. Amanda wears eyeglasses and was wearing contact lenses at the time of disappearance. She also has a medical condition. She was 8.5 months pregnant when she disappeared. The alleged father of the unborn baby child is reportedly the last known person to see her. The two met at Hillsbury Civic Center on August 14, 2005 at 1 p.m. During the meeting, Amanda answered a call on her cell phone approximately 1:15. After the meeting, no one else was known to have seen or heard from her. Later that night, Amanda's blue Pontiac Sunfire was found unlocked and abandoned in the Civic Center parking lot. Her purse, car keys, and wallet and cell phone have not been found.
Now, why haven't they polygraphed this guy or questioned him? And maybe they have. That he's the last person to see her alive. That would be my number one person that I'd be looking at. And we don't know. I may can go back and look at this case and see. But
I'm reading y'all's what y'all are saying, and after what I said, and I'm reading what y'all are saying, it's a sad world we live in when we don't want to have babies born in this world. I mean, when my daughter says, "Mom, I don't think I want to have any children," I'm just like, I don't blame you. I mean, now there's plenty of babies that need adopting. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
Listen, if they're already here, let's adopt them. But I don't know that I would. Well, we didn't. I told my husband when we got married, I didn't want to have children. There was too many that needed a mommy and a daddy, so I only wanted to adopt. And I am thankful that God allowed us to have the two we did, adopt the two we did. I wish that we'd have adopted 10 more, but.
And it ended up being where we couldn't have children too, so it kind of worked out. Lori Ann Bothman.
Lori Ann Bothman was last seen August 5th, 2006 at 6:30 p.m. when she left her home and took a drive in her vehicle. She did not take her purse or identification with her. Additionally, Lori was taking medication for diabetes. Her vehicle was found the next morning at 5:30 a.m. in the next town over from her home. She resided in Liberty Township, Ohio. The vehicle was found in Youngstown, Ohio. The vehicle appeared to have been in an accident and was abandoned. She has not been seen of since this accident.
And you would think, well, she had a medical emergency and wrecked her car and got out and walked away. But listen, people don't disappear and die, fall out and die without being discovered for the last 11 years. I mean, sure, I've heard a lot of, here lately in the last few months, they've had people found behind schools, remains found, but usually people's bodies will turn up because of, you just can't have a body stay somewhere undetected very long.
The fact that she had diabetes, she didn't have medicine.
Yeah. This is a case, it's a pretty well-known case, and I know that the Draper brothers are looking into some of these cases, and this is the one that you don't go to the town up there alone. This is some major evil in this town. There's suspicion of drug trafficking, organized crime, a family of organized crime. There's been a police officer killed up there, and several people have turned up missing or murdered. And this is from Barnstown, Kentucky. I know you have heard of it. Barnstown, Kentucky. It is Crystal Rogers' case in July of 2015. Go ahead and read that.
Crystal Rogers was reported missing by her mother after she had not been seen or heard from since the evening of July 3rd, 2015. The same day Rogers was reported missing, her car was found abandoned with a flat tire at the mile marker 14 on Bluegrass Parkway in Bardstown, Kentucky. Rogers' keys, phone, and purse were still inside her red Chevrolet Impala. Rogers is the mother of 5 children and is not known to go anywhere without her children. On November 19th, 2016, Rogers' father, Tommy Ballard, was shot and killed on a family property near Bluegrass Parkway in Bardstown, Kentucky.
Said the kids have lost both of their parents. Did it say anything else there?
Oh, wait a minute. No, Roger's father, her dad, was shot and killed. That's the way I read it.
Okay.
No, that's
there was a police officer, a canine officer, that actually had been making some arrests and making some headway in the drug trade up there. And I understand he was going home. He was on an exit near the interstate. He came upon some limbs in the road. He got out to move them, and he was basically assassinated. And they have yet, as far as I know, found the person that did that murder up there. So there's a lot of stuff going on up there. And I understand the Draper brothers are interested in looking into these things. But I have personally on his live stream encouraged him to not go alone up there. It's a very dangerous city, and for a little small town.
Stephanie
For
says
sure.
her husband is suspected of the killing.
I would not doubt it. There's a whole lot of stuff going on up there, and I think it's full of basically organized crime in a small drug. It's a big time drug area, is the way I understand it. This one I think we covered before. This is Alexa Tyra Murphy. Go ahead there.
Alexa was last seen wearing a pink blouse, floral print, full-length spandex pants, brown boots, and was carrying a dark and light-colored gray purse. She was traveling in a white 2003 Nissan Maxima with Virginia license plates, which was located on August 6, 2013 in Charlottesville, Virginia. She was last seen at approximately 7:15 on August 3rd in Lexington, Virginia. I can't even read tonight. Law enforcement holds a press conference announcing an arrest in Alex's case. New images released in search for missing Nelson County teen. Arrest made in the Alexa Murphy case.
So obviously they made an arrest, but for whatever reason they can't find her or her body. So it's a sad situation. Very pretty girl. This is Daniel Young known. Missing since September 4, 2019 in Lawrenceville, Georgia. There's not much on that.
That's an older gentleman, isn't it?
Yeah, he's older. It looks like he's maybe Chinese.
No, well, he's Asian.
Asian.
Daniel Young Wan of Atlanta, Georgia, has been missing since September 4th, 2019. He's a paraplegic who relies on motorized wheelchair to get around. Honda minivan and his wheelchair were both located a few days after he went missing in a parking lot complex.
That's sad. A lot of times they'll keep these people with them and see after them so they can get their money, their checks. But, that's kind of strange. This is the case that we covered. I've got more emails on this particular case. This is the girl that I'll let her read those in just a second, but her mother let her go to her father's house, and her father was a registered sex offender. And it was not her true father. It was her friend's or her step brother's natural father, but it would be her stepfather. Go ahead and read that.
Recia Terrell, 10 years old at the time of the disappearance, was last seen in early hours of July 10th, 2020 in the 2700 block of the 53rd Street of Davenport, Iowa. She was last seen wearing a white t-shirt, shorts, white or pink flip-flops. If you have any information, please contact the FBI.
Yeah, and I think they did question him, but I don't have enough. They don't have enough to charge him, the way I understand it.
I'm just going to tell you, I can put it out there like I'd say, I don't understand anybody letting their child go to the home of a known sex offender. That is ridiculous.
Okay. Sarah Burton
says, you follow too many crime YouTube pages when you can't figure out where you heard the story of Rogers. Okay. Why would mom I agree, Katie. Why would the mom let her go to a house like that? It makes no sense. When God gives us these children, they are given to us to raise up and teach them about God and about loving God. And he puts them in our care, and then we do stupid stuff like that.
I know.
I don't understand. You know?
And I've heard people say, well, what are you going to do? You can't make them keep them home. Yes, you can. They are your
My
responsibility.
kids
And
stay
kids
home.
like that, I mean, they can just say, no, you can't go out of the house, period. Sarah Burton, read that
Hey,
for me,
let me tell you
please.
something. I had a cousin that was sneaking out, and her dad screwed her window shut.
Yeah,
So,
nailed them
nailed
shut. You
them
ain't
shut.
gonna.
She wasn't getting out. I agree, Debbie.
You
There are
can,
many days I wake
I've
up.
heard, people say, well, yeah, I heard something about they call their boyfriends late at night or doing texting and everything. I say, well, take their phone away from them. Oh, well, I can't take their phone away from them. That's their phone. They paid for that phone, or yeah, I'm paying the bill, but that's their. We're trying to establish boundaries, and I can't take their property. What planet are you living on? If they're living in your house, they're eating your food, and you're paying for them, they're under the age of 19, yes, you can do that. What I say is, you are the parent, act like one. We told our kids the whole time, we're not your friend, we're your parents. And they turned out pretty good. Go ahead, Dina.
Well, I was just going to say, when my kids were growing up, they knew I was not their friend. I did not want to be their friend. I was their mother. I had a wooden spoon that had corrector on one side and motivator on the other, and I wasn't afraid to use it. I did not beat my children, but they knew, well, they knew Mama meant business.
Yeah.
I have to tell y'all this. My son tells us all the time. One day, I was unloading the dishwasher, and he was 16 years old, and he smarted off to me about something. And I turned around and threw what I had in my hand at him.
It was a plastic
It
cup.
was a plastic glass. And he said, "You threw a glass at me." I said, "You're just lucky it was plastic."
And then I
That's
remember,
smart off of me.
one time though, he was young. He was about 14, 12, 13, 14. And he said, I'm going to call the police
He
on
was
you.
9.
Okay, 9. So I'm going to call the police on you and say you beat me or something. And she said, go ahead, here's the phone. She said, I'll half kill you by the time the police get here. So it's funny now.
Well, y'all, I did not beat my children. You can ask them both. They'll be on here from time to time. I'm just, I was raised by a first sergeant with 6 brothers. So, yeah, we got our share of whippings, and I turned out okay. My children were not beaten. They knew that they were loved. They were taken to church. They were taught about God. They saw God lived out in our home. And so, yeah, they had a good home life. In fact, our daughter was watching home videos when she was up here the other day, and she said, watching the home video, she said, we really had a good childhood, because the whole time she's laughing, and she's just, that southern voice is just a going.
We had an excellent time with our daughter here. So it was very nice. It was very good. Okay, go ahead.
Sarah Burton, age 29 at the time of her disappearance, was last seen July 16, 2018, in the vicinity of the 10th Street and Rex Avenue in Joplin, Missouri. Sarah was reported missing on July 20th, 2018 by her mother. There has been no reported sighting or contacts from Sarah since her disappearance.
And, every time I read these, I just say, gosh, what in the world happened? When somebody just disappears completely off the face of the earth, just like they never even were here at all. It's very sad.
Yeah, I like that, Beach Bum. You can choose your friends, but you're stuck with me. I agree 100%.
Jonathan Frazier. This disappearance in 2016 from Honolulu, Hawaii. And, I thought about this now. How you disappear from an island. It is Hawaii, Honolulu is a fairly large island, but it still is an island. And also there's a lot of woods and not woods, but I guess jungle through there. We've been to Hawaii once in the early part of our marriage, and you actually have to take a plane to those other islands.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So Jonathan was last seen July 30th, 2016 at his Hawaii apartment located in Place, Honolulu. Frazier was reported missing July 31st, 2016 by his family and friends. On August 8th, 2016, investigators discovered his vehicle, the Honda hatchback bearing the Hawaiian plates, parked near the intersection of Summer Street and some other road. There have been no reported sightings or contacts with Frazier since his disappearance.
And, there's, of course, drugs are everywhere in the United States, or all over the world too. And Hawaii now has got a serious problem, and they have had a very serious problem with methamphetamine for years. So there's not saying that he was in the drug trade, but could have possibly been. We can always pray that they don't. Now, this is the girl that's missing from the Amish girl that was missing. Linda, I can't pronounce the last name.
Did she do that where they go away for?
I don't think so. They're not. It's Spring. It's Ron Spring or something like that. Where Ron Spring, when they.
Okay, Linda was a member of the Amish community. She was last seen wearing a tan dress, white apron, and black head covering. Okay, they're just trying to. She has been missing since Father's Day, July 21st, 2020, when she did not return home after church service.
I think there is some film or evidence that she was taken in a car. A car had pulled up into an intersection.
Wait a minute. No, listen. It says an individual has been charged by Lancaster County District Attorney for the kidnapping and murder.
Oh, wow.
And is awaiting trial.
But they have not been found. Her body has not been found. That's awful. Now, that's what I'd heard, that she had been taken, but I didn't know they got the guy.
It's called Rumspringa.
Rumspring, right. Laura, is that Lavender? Lavender? So I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. I'm terrible.
Okay.
Lavender?
There's no N in there.
Okay. Lavender?
Okay. Let's just go on with it.
All right.
Okay. She wears glasses. She previously resided in Navajo, New Mexico. Her husband reported her missing since July 4th, 2002, when he dropped her off at the office of Fort Defiance, Arizona. The family reported her missing to the Navajo police. She's another Native American Indian missing.
That's sad too. I mean, 2002. That's been 18 years. Not nearly 19. Margaret.
Laverda. Her name is Laverda. I'm so thankful.
Margaret Ellen Fox. And these are some age progression pictures. They've really gone in detail here. Go ahead.
Since 1974.
1974. Wow.
Okay. At the time of her disappearance, 2 of Margaret's top front right teeth were missing, and she wore glasses. She was last seen wearing jeans with a yellow patch on the knee and a blue blouse with white and black checkered jacket and brown sandals with heel straps. She also wearing a gold necklace with flowers and a blue stone and gold charm bracelet with a blue stone. Margaret was carrying an eyeglass case and Huckleberry Hound with a Huckleberry Hound sign design on it. She was last seen June 24th, 1974, after traveling by bus to meet with a man who called himself John Marshall and had advertised for babysitting jobs.
Oh my gosh.
She was planning to go by bus to Mill and Main Street in Mount Holly, New Jersey, to have an interview with this man and his babysitting his young son. His phone was later traced to a pay phone at a supermarket.
Why did the parents let her go like that alone? Why?
Oh my gosh, y'all.
That is crazy. That's very crazy.
Well, you know what? It is crazy, and I don't know if I've told y'all that because I don't know who I tell what to, but when when we lived in Korea, we were in Daegu, Korea. At the time, it was called Daegu, but when the Olympics were coming, they've changed the names of all the cities. But it was Daegu. So now it's Daegu. But anyway, I was in Korea, and I was 9 to 12 years old when I was in Korea. And on Sunday mornings, I would get on a bus at Camp David.
But it was an army bus, right?
Camp David, and ride it through the town of Daegu to Camp Henry to go to church by myself. Nobody went with me. And if y'all know anything about military bases, when you have a church, every fifth Sunday is a different denomination. So I would come home with the Baptist Bible or the Mormon Bible or the Catholic rosary beads, you know. But I think back now, I would never, I mean, I was worried to death when my daughter drove to Montgomery at 16 years old. I don't know.
It's very strange. Okay, we have Amanda.
The 70s were different, that's for sure.
I
think, you know, y'all, if you think about it, do you wonder if it's because we didn't have the internet and we didn't have the 24-hour news that we didn't know how many children were really missing, how many women really were murdered? Think about that. We've got 24-hour news. We've got access to the internet. There is so much more now. From some of the things I've heard, I think that it probably still went on back then.
Yeah, I think so. Go ahead and read this one. Amanda
DeGill was reported missing by a relative August 27, 2014, has not been seen by her family in Upper Darby, Pennsylvania since the week of June 2014 after she returned from a trip to Florida. She left home without her cell phone, credit cards, and additional clothing. She doesn't drive and is not known and it was unknown how she left home. She's known to frequent the Upper Darby, Clifton Heights, and the Overbrook sections of Philadelphia.
That's a strange thing, but she was at the time, I guess born, I'd have to figure that out. She was old enough, though, I think.
Look how fast they found out who did the Nashville bombing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some strange stuff going on there.
DNA, they did DNA on human tissue, and they found it.
It makes you wonder, you know, the bombing goes off over here. It makes you wonder what's going on over here that they don't want you to be paying attention to.
Chiron Richard Horman.
Chiron Richard Horman. Chiron was last seen with a black t-shirt with the letter CSI in green and a handprint graphic on it, black cargo pants, white socks, black Skechers tennis shoes with orange trim. He wears metal framed glasses. How old was he when he went missing? It doesn't say.
Dates of birth used.
He was last seen
2002.
from Skyland Elementary.
8 years old.
He was 8. Portland, Oregon. June 4th, he was last seen that morning after attending a science fair at school.
Wow. You just don't know. Just don't know.
We did have fun in the 70s and 80s, didn't we?
Yeah. Probably because we didn't know all the stuff going on. Although I worked narcotics. I was working narcotics in the 70s and 80s.
They said that this guy was on the radar. His girlfriend had called the police and said he's making bombs in his RV, and the police went out there, but they were bound by laws that they couldn't do. You can only do so much. Just
wondering. I'm going to talk about that in just a couple of minutes too.
Okay.
Tell about this one. This
young lady was last seen May 3rd, 2017 in the Inner Harbor area of Baltimore City. See, those are places that I would not want to go. She was 8 months pregnant when she disappeared and was reported missing May 7th when she did not show up for her baby shower. Akea was last seen and heard from, has not been seen or heard from since that time. There was something, I remember something about a boyfriend or something.
Yeah, I think we featured this before. Let me tell you about something that with this particular case up there in Nashville, they did have reports about an old girlfriend that said that he was making bombs supposedly inside that RV. And they did send the police out there, but for whatever reason, I don't know if he didn't answer the door, or I don't know the whole situation, because we did a thing when I was in narcotics. If a neighbor called and they said, hey, they got a meth lab at this house over there, or they got a marijuana grow at this house, or they're dealing drugs out there, whatever, we couldn't develop anything on our own. We would do something called a knock and talk. A knock and talk, and this could be applied in a situation like that, and they could have done this in a situation like that. A knock and talk is when you send a couple of officers or detectives, normally detectives, will go out to the house and they'll knock on the door. And if someone answers, then they can say, like, I'll just use, for example, Nashville Police. Nashville Police, we've got this call of possible suspicious activity here at your house, and we're wondering if we could come in and talk to you about it. And you say, well, why would they want to get into the house like that if the mom stuff's in the other end of and maybe in the RV or whatever? Well, one thing is they're hoping when they walk into the house that they see something incriminating in plain sight. They walk in the house and maybe see wiring they know that's used to be for a bomb, or they see something over here, maybe pipe used to be in, or something. Maybe they smell ammonium nitrate or just something. And then once they get in the house and they're talking to him, if they think that anything is just suspicious but not enough to get in the RV, they may go further and say, I noticed you had an RV out here in the yard. Yes. Do you mind if we go out there and look? Do you mind if you show us what's in the RV? Who's living in the RV? Do you have somebody living in there? And kind of throw some that. And then maybe if he would say, and you'll be surprised how many people will say, yeah, go ahead. And they'll allow you, like if you go stop a car some night and they got drugs in it. And I'm talking about a lot of drugs in it. Like they might stop something on the interstate and they got 20 pounds of marijuana in the trunk. And you might ask the people, you mind if we look in your vehicle? You'd be shocked at the people who would just say, no, go ahead, even though you got drugs in the car, because they do not think you will look. They think, well, you say you go ahead, that I really don't have anything, so you're not going to look. But if you look, you'll find stuff. And I think, they may have went out there and knocked on the door, and the guy may have just shut the door behind him and said, no, that's my ex, or this is this. I'm not doing this. And if they would have said, you mind if we look around? No, I don't really want you to look around. There's nothing out there, or there's no reason for you to look. Do you have a warrant? And if they didn't have a warrant, all they had is just information. But 9 times out of 10, he probably didn't answer the door. And if they don't have a reason other than just what somebody told them, like an ex-girlfriend, they probably needed, and I think they reported this to the FBI, and the FBI looked through their stuff, and he didn't come up on any radars, so they didn't watch him, or they didn't get his garbage. That's one way we got into houses on search warrants. If we couldn't have an informant get in the house, we would get their garbage. And inside your garbage, you'd be surprised what people throw away. Receipts for bomb making material, wires, some ammonium nitrate. And on the drug scene, they throw away used needles, portions of marijuana, cigarettes. On meth labs, they throw away all kinds of stuff, and that leads to search warrants where you can go in and make an arrest. Any questions from anybody? I know that was kind of off what we talk about, but it's just a little bit about that. Now I know that.
Well, We're winding down.
We are winding down.
No, I mean at the store.
Yeah, we are winding down at the store.
We've got the FFL guys are coming next Tuesday. And,
ATF.
ATF, excuse me. ATF's coming next Tuesday, and then after that, hopefully the state of Alabama and the post office got their act together and they'll get their license they need to run the store. They're ready to run it. I'm ready to be at home cleaning the house and getting the house ready for sale.
And for some exciting stuff to be on. Draper's on. Okay, well, we're going to call it. If Draper's on, we want to.
Listen, MH said they found 2 suitcases in Denver with human remains of a white adult in them.
That's not nice. Happy New Year, everybody. Be safe. Yes. When is New Year's, by the way? What day? Friday night.
For a little bit.
I don't know, depending on where we are.
Let's come and do a year end. No, we'll be home. We got to work Saturday.
Thought you said you wanted to go.
Well, that's
Tennessee.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. We'll be home
tomorrow
Friday.
New Year's?
Tomorrow's New Year's Eve.
Wait a minute. Well, okay, Friday. Okay. Well, there's a high probability we will be on Friday night.
Up north in Wisconsin, frozen.
I guess we will be on Friday night unless everybody's going to be out doing stuff. Then we
are y'all going out partying on New Year's Eve?
We don't ever do stuff like that. We're old fogies.
We used to, but
we don't no more. we don't.
Old.
But Happy New Year to everybody. I'm praying that this coming New Year is a better than last year for sure. This year we're in now. We can see. I'm staying. We are staying home. I don't think we will see you on. We'll see you online Friday night unless something major happens. But then we'll let you know. But we will be here Friday night if you feel like coming online with us and talking and see what's going on. And everybody stay safe and well and away from a lot of folks. And maybe we can keep from getting the big cove, as they call it around here.
I ain't worried about COVID.
Well, your cousin and her husband done got over it. So.
I know. And he's 70-something years old.
Yeah, it don't mean nothing, but I mean, you can still get COVID, bad COVID. So anyway, we are going to say good night to you.
MH said she'll be here.
Yeah, we'll be here. Go over and watch the Draper Brothers. We are actually going over there too in a few minutes, and tell everybody over there we've said hello, and we'll try to be over there in a few minutes and see what's going on with them. So good night. God bless y'all.
Katie,
and y'all Dina.
Katie's over it too. She said
Katie's
she's
over it.
Yeah, I'm just agreeing with Katie.
Okay. All right.
So does MH.
All right.
I'm not the only one.
All right. Well, all right, everybody. We're going to leave you with a little dog.
A little dog?
A little dog mess.
What?
And we'll see you tomorrorow night or Friday night.
Not a mess.
God bless you.
Okay, God bless you.
This is me trying to eat supper. I've got turnip green soup, and she thinks she wants it. So she came over here and she laid her head on my knee. Maggie, do you think you should have turnip green soup? Is that what you think? Are you hungry? Do you want soup? You know where it is. You want it, don't you? You can't have it. It's not for doggies. But I love you. Yes, I do. Oh, so sad.